Hey, it's Wednesday at 7:30 Central on the Internet Broadcast System. It's time for the AXE+ARCANA fantasy adventure game. Oh, I don't know what that voice was. Hey, everybody, welcome.
Got a little account there. I love it.
A little bit
A little Scottish.
Scottish count.
It was magic, whatever it was. Let's see. Let's make sure my audio is pulling. Everybody say hello for me.
Hello.
Hello, skis.
All right.
Hello, from.
Hola.
Cool.
You see, I did it literally.
Looks like it's pulling through. As long as the music's pulling in. Say that again.
I like your
you.
Gandalf hat. Although it's also maybe
It's got the
appropriate for
full-
Oktoberfest.
The full tip to it. It's not just. I see what you're saying, but it is. It's appropriate, I think. Let me turn this music up.
The full tip.
Just a tip.
Alrighty. Performance mode, slick. All right. So the only person who's not in tonight is Dusk. Correct. Everybody else is here.
Present.
Did anybody need help leveling up their characters? We hit level 6 last time.
You lucky ducks.
You're level 6 too, Bado, of course.
Oh.
And you know how to level yourself up.
Drag
Gus,
you into
Gus, do you need
power.
help?
No, just looking at some of my upgrade stuff. Do I still get like regular druid things and whatever the subclass gets?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at druids real quick.
But not to the same level. Just whatever. How many levels
So-
you put into it?
At 6th level, druids get a druid circle feature. So you picked that fungus circle, right?
Yeah.
So you,
Okay.
that
I
would
just get what the fungal circus one has.
Yeah.
Circle one has, right? Okay.
yeah, fungus circus.
Fungus okay.
You also get an additional 3rd level spell,
Sweet.
and then your hit points increase.
Yeah, I think I calculated that right.
Yeah, so we were looking
Okay,
at the
I think I'm good
ranges. Cool. Velvet, what is your constitution score? And ID10T, you were right, it is a D6.
Yeah.
I believe it's a 15, and also there's a +2.
Okay, so 15 is a +2. So, there's 2 ways you can increase your hit points. You can roll a 6-sided die and add 2, or you can take a 4 and add 2. So every class when you level up, you can take half of the die you roll +1 as your hit points, or you can take a chance and let fate take over and roll the die to see if you can max out your hit points or potentially like only get 1 or 2 extra hit points. So do you want to roll the die? D6 +2 hit points, or do you want 4 +2 hit points for a total of 6 more hit points?
I'm going to do option B.
All right. And you should have done that last time, too. Was that ID10T? You have a question?
I just realized why I put it at 68, but it wasn't really 68. It was, or whatever D8. It was a D6, but I was adding my con to it, so it was.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so that's where I got the 8 from.
But you got it all figured out?
Yeah, I've got that figured out now. I'm a tough boy.
Tough boy. Got a tough boy and a bad boy.
Bad boys for life.
But hey, I heard that you have acquired a certain spell of hot proportions, very hot and chaotic and screaming victim proportions.
Is it Trinity?
Maybe.
So we're gonna have to combo that at some point.
ID10T was like, I get to take Fireball now, and I was like, hey, Velvet
no.
just took that. They're gonna say you guys are gonna combo it up and make a massive like Akira style blast.
Yeah, we're gonna work that out. I did some leveling up today.
You guys need a catchphrase for that.
Yeah.
You need a what? A
You need a
catchphrase?
catchphrase, yeah.
You like yell at your attacks like an anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to think of a catchphrase.
Next time on Fireball Z.
So, little recap. Our heroes are wanted in the lands of Ambrosia for helping the wizard Barris. They've been undercover, sort of surveying the streets, getting to know the lay of the land, getting to know some of the locals. They've met a couple of vigilantes and befriended them. They've gone to this underground market and have started to get to the lay of the land. 2 adventures ago, the party split up. 2 of our heroes were going to go straight to the AXE+ARCANA, which is this tavern at the base of Fellstone Tower. Barris the Wizard and the adventuring parties of old used to call this their home quarters. And when our adventure started last year, this was sort of your home base of operations. Bado and Waddle wanted to get to the AXE+ARCANA, so they sort of split off while the rest of our party pursued Drake Dragonstorm, the Dragonborn guard, captain of the city guard in the lands of Ambrosia. Their adventure took them into the Frothing Otter Tavern. Inside the tavern, our bard Dusk pretended to be somebody else and put on a show, while our heroes were spying on Drake Dragonstorm, reunited with his old acolytes, his old cultists, Saja Flame and Kyrus. They've sort of been antagonists to our heroes off and on throughout the seasons. There was a bit of a kerfuffle. Couple goblins got thrown into jail for drinking a magic potion that ID10T tricked them into drinking. But as we all know, magic is outlawed in the lands of Ambrosia. Drake Dragonstorm, head of the city guard, saw this and arrested the 2 goblins immediately. While our party split, they sort of ducked out and made their way back to the AXE+ARCANA. They were able to shimmy their way in, and that's sort of where we left off last time. So we're going to pick up immediately. You guys have just walked into the doors of the AXE+ARCANA. And not but a minute later, Bado and Waddle reunite, walking in as well to this old domicile. We've got my map here that was set up from our first season. This is sort of the ground floor. There's a bar area, a bunch of tables, and a booth. There are 2 storage rooms on the sides of this place with a stairway up. The stairway goes to the living quarters above. There's a few floors of living quarters. And then at the top of Fellstone Tower is Barris's study. He has an arcane library of books, so he can do his research. And then above that is where he sleeps, and the door to that is locked. But you guys are home for the time being. It's a place of safety and respite. You're wanted, but you feel pretty safe within the walls of this place. So yeah, we'll say you guys walked in, and then not a minute or 2 later, Waddle and Bado, they took the scenic route. And now you find yourselves in Fellstone Tower at AXE+ARCANA. Welcome back, adventurers.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
We out.
Good.
I think it's-
I'm dusting.
Like,
Say,
yeah, you're like wearing like the outfits like you're tourists. Like, oh.
could you speak a little louder, Lobster Claps?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
better.
Okay? Okay, yeah.
Better.
Just saying. I imagine you guys came in looking like tourists with like little maps, like you just had a fun little scenic walk.
I have my sun hat on.
Waddle's got a churro.
Crunch.
Yeah, so Gus, you've never been in this building before. It looks like a tavern that hasn't seen patrons in maybe a decade. So there's a light layer of dust on everything. You see fingerprints here and there, like recently people were in here. But you almost feel like you hear the empty echoes of laughter and drinks from eons past that were here. As you walk in, above the door are 2 barrels rigged to chains as a sort of defensive device. As our heroes were outside of it last time, there was some sort of magical, sort of protective spell on the walls. And you guys were able to slip in through a window up top, the window out of which our airship took off. Zazu showed up and sort of, look over here. Zazu.
Good old. I mean, not that.
So, welcome to AXE+ARCANA. What do you guys find yourselves doing?
Looking around wistfully, what's different? Like, it looks like it's been a decade since there's been here. Is there any other change between what I remember and the way it actually is?
That was to Gus. So this place had been abandoned when you. No, it's all good. It was looking abandoned when you showed up. You guys were the only people who were in it for your short time before you split up. We were only in it for a couple of weeks before the parties went their own ways. And Gus had never been. Everybody else has been here before. He's the only new character. But you don't see anything. There's 2 dents on the door with dried blood stains in them.
Vaguely remember those.
Yeah. But yeah, just on first glance, everything seems to be rather still.
I would like to just walk straight towards the bar and walk behind the bar and look for some sort of alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
I'm bad now.
That's what bad people do. They drink.
And cuss.
True.
Dusk, so you sort of throw back the bar door, walk behind. You see a couple bottles of elven wines. You see a small, like a pressurized keg of Goblin Thudrud, and then you see the world-famous Dwale. There's a cask of that next to a smashed cask. So Dwale, Thudrud, elven wine are available to you.
I feel like I am obligated to ask for a flagon of the Doyle. Since you're back there.
I will kindly pour you a glass, and I will grab that bottle of elven wine for myself and uncork it, and I don't need a glass because I don't have no class.
Jesus.
I take a big swig from it, and I pour a drink for my friend.
Much obliged.
Anytime. What's everyone else doing?
I'm waiting for you to pour me a shot. A flaming shot.
Hell, I'll pour everybody a shot. I guess I'm bartender now.
So that
Don't forget to tip your bartender.
The goblin drink has like an acrid smell to it, and you know that a lot of people who enjoy their drinks will sometimes set the top of this on fire. So the goblin drink is the stuff that will serve as a shot.
I'll set a shot glass for each of us, all in a straight line. I pour the drink all into the shot glass with one steady stream of the hand, and I flick my fingers, and a little firebolt shoots right across the top of all the shot glass rims, and a giant blue flame sparks into the air and then settles down to a soft blue glowing ember. And I invite everyone to take their shot glass, obviously blow the flames out. I don't want to burn your lip.
Nobody told me that the first time I did one of those.
I know. You have to let people know. So be sure to blow the little flame rims off. Bottoms up.
Gus, while watching you pour it, really like with interest and curiosity, once you set it on fire, it literally screams and and falls backwards.
Oh, I also pour Gus a little Shirley Temple. He's too young to drink.
I cautiously, climb stool to get to the bar and drink this little drink with both my
That's
hands.
right.
Like the cup is so big.
And I pat his little mushroom head.
Is everybody taking a drink?
Yeah. Huzzah!
Huzzah! But you know,
I'll
like as if
chuck
we're
it
in
into my
a
hatch.
city that is, under constant surveillance by dark
It's
forces.
gonna take the edge off. It's gonna take the edge
You
off.
will,
Hooray!
you will see me pick up the shot glass, and you'll hear a blowing noise,
Yeah.
but the fire doesn't go out, and then I open my hatch and chuck it inside. Very delicious.
I want everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Oh, what do I roll? What do I roll?
You roll your 20-sided die, and then you're gonna
Okay.
add your Constitution
Okay,
modifier. Yeah.
Okay.
Even
Gotcha.
for the Shirley Temple?
No,
Motto-
not for the Shirley Temple.
Bato got a 6. Bato has not had a drink in a long time.
Okay.
I'm 13.
Ooh, that's not good.
13.
Yeah.
ID 10T.
6.
All right. Anybody who rolled below a 12, your charisma goes up by 2 for half an hour, but your dexterity goes down by 2.
Dexterities. Wait a minute. Okay.
Actual score, not the mod, right?
Yeah,
I
actual
was about to
score.
say.
Yeah, it's just temporary. Everybody who succeeded for the next half hour, your charisma goes up by 1, but no other effects. No ill effects. You're able to stomach your booze.
Yeah.
You feel like a kind of a weight roll off your shoulders. You know, not too bad, not too shabby.
Mm.
Yeah. So the tower is yours to explore or do what with it you will. This is your place to like plan your next steps in our campaign. If people are crafting stuff, you'll craft stuff here. If what have you. It's a place of respite. Like I said, there's an arcane library upstairs. There's sleeping quarters. It might be like the nicest sleep you've had in a while. What would you do in this little safe haven that you find yourself in after your shots?
It's been a while since I've used like a private restroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably take a dump.
That shot cuts right through Waddle. And he like hightails it to the privy.
Too spicy. Didn't agree with me.
How long? Wait. Okay. So how long has it been since we've been back here?
Like 10 minutes. You guys just kind of walked in after your previous
No.
adventure.
I mean, since we've been back to the AXE+ARCANA.
Oh, so
How much time has passed?
you guys have been back from Kotara for 6 months, but you were like circling outside, and then you were gone in the other realm like 3 months, so 9 months to a year ish.
Okay. I'd like to go to the library.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna scan through some books to see if I can learn some more spells for one.
Okay.
And if that doesn't take too much longer or too long, that might take up the entire time that we're going to be busy. But I'd also like to look around the room and just kind of see if there's anything useful that might help us make any kind of progress with finding out where Barris is.
Yeah.
Oh, smart.
All right.
I'm
I
also
am a
gonna
robot.
yeah. I would also like to go up to the library.
Okay.
Oh, look at big picture books.
Okay. So the two wizards are going to the library. The monk rogue is going to the bathroom. Druid and cleric Gus and Bado, how would you spend your time?
When we last left here, if I recall, we were in a rush to catch up with a ship that had captured Barris, and so we really didn't have a lot of time to look around. But I want to know if there's anything that'll help us locate where Barris is, or maybe communicate with him.
Okay.
Maybe it's time to bust into his private quarters. I'm sure he'd understand.
All right.
Yeah.
Bust his butt.
Yeah.
Gus, what do you find yourself doing?
I think Gus is a little nervous after the whole bar incident before, and
Everybody seems a lot more chill. You don't get it.
Yeah, well, I was the one to kind of overhear the talk about them looking for us and stuff, and I'm kind of nervous about being in the city still and not seeing like any green or nature for a while. So I'm just like, are we sure Big Stone Tower safe? And I'm like peering out the windows. I'm just gonna kind of keep an eye out. Is there a window on this floor, or?
Yeah. So if you see on my map, there's on the left center and the top left, there's like a little blue rectangle. Those are the windows.
Yeah, okay.
They've got a film of dirt. But you can kind of like pull yourself up onto the little ledge and wipe and look outside.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go between the windows and make sure we weren't like followed.
Okay. All right.
For now.
Yeah, I will have you make a perception check for that. Are you going to be doing that for a while, or is that sort of like the first thing in a series of things? Are you going to take watch, or you're looking real quick and then you'll do other stuff?
I think I'm gonna take watch.
Okay, cool. All right, so you kind of find yourself in a good little window, and you start just like a kitty, little kitty cat, looking out as passerby.
Clutching my staff closely, lean against it, trying to stay away, just like peering at people as they walk by. See if they kill you or anything.
All right.
Every now and then it makes that weird little like chirp.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like sub vocal.
Did you say you want me war perception, by the way?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I got 12 plus 3, I got 15.
All right. Your first glance outside, you see some passerbys. Nothing conspicuous, nothing obvious at this point. Our wizards, you guys go up a couple floors and find yourself on the library level of Fellstone Tower. As wizards, it's kind of like a little playground for yourselves. You let out a little wizardly like hee hee. So ID10T sort of like books it to a corner and starts like flipping through pages. Velvet, you feel like you know that feeling when it's like somebody's looking at you just from the corner of your eye?
Yeah, my nipples get tingly.
Your nipples are tingling.
Oh my god, my nipples are tingling. Hold on, what's going on?
And like dowsing rods, they start to you scan the library, and as you sort of face the second row, they start to like you feel
like gut out a little bit, start poking its way out.
Yeah.
Danger, danger. Your sense is tingling?
This little note I made for myself. Waddle, you're kind of sitting in the nice, quiet bathroom by yourself. You know, there's no... You'd get frustrated because a lot of the times you found you were going to the bathroom after Bosch, the turtle, and he'd destroy it a lot of the time. So you're real into not smelling digested kale.
Yep. I'm realizing I should probably roll a perception check to see if there's TP.
TP!
I mean, it's been a while since anyone's used this place, right?
Yeah, it seems to be. There's no worries in that sense. And in fact, on the stall wall, a little like arcane hologram starts to play, like sort of like a monitor screen while you're doing your business.
Oh, cool.
Flashing through like the news of Ambrosia.
Like, all right, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm
And
muted.
also ads.
Yeah. And then, Bado, you wanted to investigate if there was any way you could maybe track the wizard Barris or have any clues. You said you wanted to try to get into his magic quarters?
Yeah, if there wasn't anything obvious in the library, but I would be looking around for things that might be able to find him or communicate with him.
Do you have where would you look first? What's your first inclination?
The library. I'd follow everybody to the library.
What would you look up? What are you?
Wizard.
I'd actually be looking for artifacts that are particularly, like, maybe he left something specifically that could work for this.
I see. Will you make me an investigation check?
I sure will.
I remember he said a lot of things to us.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker said a lot
Real
of
wink
things.
wink things, but I can't remember any of them.
13.
He said, "This is the most important thing ever. Now remember this," and then you just plumb forgot.
Yeah.
Static.
Laser beams, was it? Warthogs.
You said 13?
Mm-hmm.
Lucky number.
Unless sense of smell can improve things here.
No, I got that written down right here. All right, so you guys start poring over these books.
Flipping pages like a card shuffler.
Yeah. Velvet, you feel like you're in this aisle now, and second from the top shelf, about 3/4 of the way down, it's like this pitch is calling to you, and like it's like a warmer, cooler thing. You can like turn your head, but when you're facing a certain direction, you feel compelled, almost like you hear a voice like Velvet.
Hear a voice in my nipples vibrating. Velvet. I walk closer to the shelf and to the voice. I feel compelled to do so.
Your eyes are drawn. There's a book, like all these books, like in a library, you know, with their spines facing out. But there's one book that's just kind of like it's fallen over, and you feel drawn to it.
I go and I pick up the book in my hands and suddenly, like a warm / cool sensation just sort of flows over my body, and I just suddenly feel very, very content and very at ease.
You pick up the book, and in your head, you hear a voice say, "Well, there you are, Velvet. I've been waiting for you."
Oh my God! What is this beautiful voice in my head?
Deep southern drawl.
Waddle, in the bathroom, you see a news piece coming up about a brawl at the Frothing Otter Tavern in southeast Ambrosia. There's like a scuffle, a couple people were arrested, nobody was seriously injured. But it's sort of like a headline news piece as you're making your business. Gus, you notice two people sort of walking around, sort of like scouring the perimeter. They look like everyday schmoes, and they're like talking to each other excitedly. Kind of looking at the building, not threateningly at all, but like they seem to notice it, and you notice that they notice it.
Okay.
ID Tenti, was there a specific spell you're looking for as you're pouring through these pages? Is there a certain kind of knowledge you're looking for? Or are you just looking for whatever catches your eye?
So one of the things that I'm looking for is if it's possible to convert Warforged into humans or other living things.
Interesting.
Feels such a thing would be an abomination. Aberrant horror to behold.
I wish to be a real boy.
First a real boy, then a bad boy.
No, I'm not the bad boy. Velvet's the bad boy. I'm the tough boy.
Tough boy. We're gonna start a boy band. You find a tome. And there's. Can you read Arcana as a language?
Can I? Arcana is a language?
Yeah, there's like a magic language.
I cannot.
So in arcane writing, you find a book, and it seems the cover is made of skin with fittings of bone.
I can read deep speech.
Deep speech. Yeah, let's go with that. That works. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I dropped it. Oh, no, I dropped my book. Page 129. It reads, Librum of souls and flesh.
Where's of souls and flesh? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and continue reading.
So this is one of those tomes that's going to require attunement. Like, it is of great interest to you, and you feel like you need to sit with it for a while and really pore over it before you can understand the secrets of its inner workings. Yeah.
Okay.
So requires attunement.
Is that gonna? Can I do that later?
Yeah. So attunement.
I don't know how long that takes.
It's
so.
like 8 hours. It's like a long rest with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, if I designate that it will take more than 8 hours, and I feel that this is not the time to do it, then I'm gonna just throw it in my hatch.
You throw this arcane book bound in flesh in with your shot glass and your oil.
I feel like you just hear like a ooh ghost sound as it goes.
Starting to get a little dirty in there.
Velvet. Yeah, the book speaks to you again. I've been waiting for you, Velvet. My name is Devore. Pleased to meet you.
Devore. My God, such a sultry and beautiful name.
Or is it Devore?
I think it's. I don't know if it's. I think it's Devore. I don't know. I think Devore.
You tell me what it is and what it looks like.
Well, I was looking up some terms and stuff, but I believe it's spelled Devore with the little apostrophe or what is the word? What is the term for that?
Devore?
The little accent mark?
Yes, the little accent mark.
Pokemon.
You're a mature audience. You're good.
Yeah, I like Devore. That sounds cooler.
Yeah, I think it's Devore. I think that's the correct.
Like Dotree.
Right.
Devore.
Right. Right.
What does it look like?
It is a dark color purple, like leather bound book with silver embellishment, sort of all around the edges, with like deep dark purple jewel stones in those embellishments. And it's big, it's thick. It's very hefty, and but also it has like a sort of sweet, sort of like odor to it. It's like the smell of like old books and like old rose petals, like dried flowers almost.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
Like you hold it, and it sort of like flies open, and all the pages shutter open to the very front page.
Yes.
and like an arcane
Yeah.
quill manifests out of nothing and signs your name in the book as if this book now belongs to you.
Oh, I
And then
squeal!
the quill disappears.
I'm so excited!
Bado and ID10T, you hear Velvet. I'm so excited.
All right.
It's at 4 o'clock already.
Let's see. Bado, you rolled a 13 on your investigation check. There's nothing in the library that seems to be of the use that you're looking for, so you feel like you'd probably have better luck inside Barris's quarters, which are locked. How would you go about overcoming this obstacle?
Let's see. I would detect magic on it.
Very magical. This whole library beaming with magic. It's almost too bright.
It's not too surprising.
Yeah. It's like a black light at a truck stop. There's magic everywhere. How's it on the ceiling?
Oh, I'm stepping in the.
Yes, very magic. Much magic. Much magic.
It's you've told me that it's locked. That means if I try to open it, it does not open.
Correct. Yeah.
I'll try casting Dispel Magic at it.
All right. Let's see. Let's read what Dispel Magic says.
3rd or lower level spells just flat out end.
3rd or lower level.
And then 4th or higher, make an ability check. DC 10 plus the spell's level.
Make me an ability check. Let's see. Bears don't mess around.
Oh,
What'd you roll?
10.
10. So it's one of those things like you sit there, it's like Skyrim, you're like arcane lockpick breaks, and you're like, damn it. You feel like you might be able to get to it if you try it again. If you try this method again, or if you want to try something else.
Yeah, I would try this method again.
All right, so you'll reset yourself to go do that. Gus, you notice a 3rd person show up outside, and you kind of squint, and they're wearing a shirt that seems to have Dusk's face on it. Oh, Dusk, where's Dusk? Dusk went to take a nap in his quarters because he was so rocked out from putting on that performance. He went to sleep because life of a rock star. But this 3rd person shows up, and they see the other two, and they kind of like get excited seeing each other, and they like point at the shirt, and they're like really excited about the shirt with Dusk's face on it, and then you see them point to the AXE+ARCANA where you are.
Okay. Does the window I'm at open at all, or is it just single panel?
It does not open.
Okay.
Like a wizard fortress trick is to not let windows open, because that's how people get you. That's how people get you.
It's smart.
It's true,
And
actually.
yet we got in through a window.
Well, you
Okay.
love
Well, I'm
We
like,
left that window open, so.
their attention to the tower is making me increasingly anxious. I kind of duck down like a kind of nervous cat, kind of like get really low, so just my like eyes are peering over, and a little mushroom on my head. I try to like, I just try to like shout for someone like, "Hey, guys, people are watching us." But I don't know if anyone can hear me because they're like 2 floors up.
So Waddle, you kind of finish your business.
Done.
There's some news about Elhef Beelzebub's sort of making expanding grounds in delivery services on the River Road in town. There's something about a cheese shortage, but by then you're all cleaned up and ready to go. And you sort of step out of the privy as you hear Gus saying, like, what he was just saying.
Yeah, and it's like, Dewey, Dewey,
And I look,
Dewey,
I, I look at him and they have that like silvery iridescence that like the light captures when like small animals are excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's wrong, little fella? What do you see there?
just pointing out them like, fall off the windowsill too while I'm doing that.
So Waddle, he points to you. There's 3 people outside who seem interested in this building. You kind of peer out. One of them has an image of Dusk's face, like, on their shirt.
Do I feel like being fresh and clean from the restroom, I may have the wherewithal to recognize groupies when I see them.
Yeah, so, yeah, you recognize them as the people who were sort of taken back by Dusk's performance. He was performing as Void at the Frothing Otter, and they seemed really, like, entranced by what he was doing, and these look like them. And as you kind of recognize that, the 4th person who was there shows up also, wearing garb that looks like what Void was wearing, like makeshift, like cosplaying as Void. And you see them all like real excited.
But I'm like completely lost because I wasn't there for the Void concert, right?
Yeah, so this person's dressed up. One person has Dusk's face on it, and one person's dressed like Dusk. And you have no idea why.
Wow. Should we just see how this plays out, or should I like raise alarm bells? I wonder.
What would Waddle do?
I mean, I guess I see that Gus is a little agitated and kind of nervous about this. I'm like, hey, little.
Out the window counter, you see me up by the door pushing like a chair to the door.
All right. So like, I'm gonna say, hey, Gus, can you keep an eye on this? I'm gonna go check out what the other guys are doing and just kind of keep them informed of our audience that we're building.
I say yes as you see me sharpening the footstool of like a stool.
So, Waddle, you start to run upstairs. You run past the sleeping quarters where you hear Dusk snoring like massive logs as he's sleeping the rock star life off. You run upstairs to the library, which is the floor below Barris's quarters. So we're up there. Bado ID 10T.
Did I dash there?
You'll get up there. You'll get up there pretty quickly. We're going to jump to them now.
It's a thing I can do.
Yeah, you like jump like 4 steps at a time, though, for sure. You're like, oof, oof, oof.
Excellent.
Maybe you parkour your way up. Yeah, that's all you, buddy. Let's see. ID 10T, you threw that book inside your chamber. Are you just poring over more stuff?
No, I get bored and go see what Bado's doing.
So you walk over to Bado, who's at the door to Barris's quarters. Bado, do you want to try that again?
I do try that again. So, deep in concentration, trying to ignore identities. Hey! I roll a 19 to dispel several spells on the door.
What are you doing there, fella?
Trying to get into his bedroom.
Yeah, you hear a ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk as you hear the magically placed bolts in the door start to like loosen and unlock. The spell was a very clever pun, but you like bypass it using magic, and you hear the door like sort of shift as it comes down from being bolted, and then slowly slides aside as you see a stairway up into Barris's quarters. There's like a cold air coming from here, like a teal mist of smoke starts to slowly crawl down the steps as you look up into Barris's quarters.
Does he have any posters on the wall?
Hope we don't find any weird stuff. He's probably into some weird
There's
stuff.
that "I want to believe" poster with the alien spaceship.
He's got the damn it, what's the famous Farrah Fawcett poster? There's a flask with like a smoking bowl attached to it. There's stacks of books and crystals.
Well,
And then
Japanese body pillow.
Yeah, I was gonna speak like.
The entire collection of Buffy on DVD.
Of course.
They're Blu-rays.
On the Blu-rays.
They're green rays. You guys don't get those on Earth yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you see like a wall of pictures from different adventures. You see Prince Darling in one. You see a young goblin at a butterfly festival in Galarian. You see a gnome spellcaster. It says me and Pico. You see pictures of the cleric Karnak. You notice Gorilla Red, the barbarian you guys befriended in Krotar, who is still there. Yes. There's
Wonder
like,
what she's up to.
cut to her like locked in the Lich's tomb, just like waiting. Just like waiting. Any minute now.
She making odd conversation with the skull.
There's like an ambient, if you know the band Tobacco, there's like ambient arcane music sort of playing out of a Wark Tech sort of boombox sitting in the corner. And then you notice there's like a blanket over what seems to be like a vision stone, like a palantir, a crystal ball sort of object. And you feel like that's probably where you're
That's
going to
the
want to
ticket.
go. So you'll start to approach that. Velvet, this book you found, has named Devoir. His name's going to change every time. Has written it's your name in it, and now sort of belongs to you.
I clutch it to my chest.
Yeah, you feel connected to it. There's like a soul bond to this thing.
This is like my best friend now.
You clutch it, and as you clutch it, an astral manifestation of the book sort of pops out. It sort of like bows and nods to you, and sort of like floats around and explores the library where you are. And there are times when you can see glances through its perception. So when this book's astral form projects, you can project it up to 60 feet away from you, and it can be no more than 300 feet away from you. You can see through its eyes. It has dark vision to 60 feet. It can speak telepathically with you, and you can cast spells at it instead of at you. And so Velvet just hit his arcane tradition, which is Order of the Scribe. So he specializes in spell books. And
Which you can find at your local library.
dun. And as the book sort of like flies around the library, you see Waddle hopping up the stairways. And Waddle, you get to the top of the stairs, and there's like a ghostly projection of a spell book sort of floating in front of you. You're in a library of all these arcane tomes. It's got like a different vibe. It's got Barris' scent to it, but also like old musty pages in this room. And you see this ghost book in front of you.
I feel like I'd be nonplussed by the ghost book after everything we've seen.
Yeah.
What's
You see Velvet looking at a book, and then you see the door into Barris's chambers is open, and you can make out the heads of your two friends up the stairway in Barris's quarters.
Hey guys, just to let you know, we seem to have an infestation of oncoming groupies visiting the tavern.
Groupies.
Yeah, they seem to be like sort of dusk
You guys
fans.
are close enough. There's like a window inside Barris's quarters, and outside you can hear Void. We love Void. Void is the best. Void, woo, Void, Void.
How did
God.
they know?
So
How
you
do they
guys
know?
left inconspicuously, but Void put on the show and then left. And like Void was still Void, who's really Dusk, you know.
Right.
And fans gonna be fans.
It picked on quick. I mean,
They found him.
Did
found
he
him quick.
say that he was coming here next or something?
No, there was like there was a fight, and so like the bar sort of dispersed. There was like a fight, and Void jumped off the stage and like left.
But
people
how did they
follow.
get shirts with his face on it so quick?
magic.
Magic.
Man, it's a window magic.
You can do lots of things now with screen printing technology. Really advanced.
Vortex screen printing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all very. It's not a huge deal anymore, honestly. It's just yeah.
So that's bad. We can't have these groupies coming in.
Groupies PC. There's gonna be a.
Yeah, is that? Are we gonna get canceled?
I'm not
Is that
sure.
okay?
But yeah, we know what we're talking about.
Music enthusiasts.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
void heads.
Void heads.
Go ahead.
I think it's PC.
Fine.
Anyway, yeah. So you see them. You kind of look out this window and you see them on the ground floor.
It's PC. You can use it.
Okay, thank goodness.
So yeah, what would you do with this information? With this?
So I have a question about the magic in this area.
Sure.
It is illegal.
Mhm.
I do know that. But if I cast magic, is there anything that's going to like ring alarms? Can they just detect it, or is it more like if you get caught using magic?
If you get caught.
Okay, all right.
So the
all right.
reason there's been a rise of this work technology is because magic's banned, and work tech is sort of the workaround to that. You know how bureaucracy be.
I do know. I
And,
do be knowing.
Since William Wisp like controls the land now, he fears magic. Magic is what Barris used to like try to put him away. So like magic is banished, and that's why you were all wanted.
I see.
Yeah.
Can I? Okay, so I'm upstairs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Like looking out the window.
Yeah. You walked up into Barris's quarters.
Right.
Yeah.
And how far away is that? And would you say?
You guys are like 6-7 stories up. It's a magic tower, so sometimes it feels like it fluctuates the distance.
Are there any murder holes around?
Murder holes? What does that mean?
That's one of those tiny little windows, right?
Little holes on castle fortifications where they drop large rocks on siegers.
Were they called murder holes?
They're called murder holes.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I've heard of that thing.
And are there any large rocks around?
There are some like windows that aren't very big. In fact, the window that who climbed up, was it Waddle?
Yep.
Oh no, that would have been in the library. There are no murder holes up here. You could open the window up here, and there's windows in the floor below you.
I feel like murder hole would be Dusk's next cover.
Yeah.
Wait. No, I wanna talk to my book.
Okay.
Devil Ray. Can you hear me? And I'm saying this all in my mind, right?
Yeah. I'm right here, Velvet. How can I help you?
Devil Ray, you can float away from me, right? Like you can travel away from me from some distance and cast a spell from me, can't you?
As you wish, Velvet. What is thy bidding?
Cabaret, I want you to float down towards that group of groupies
Gropey.
and cast groupies and cast phantasmal force into their minds. And I want you to conjure an illusion of dusk running around from the corner away into an alley and like be it like loud and yelling. Be it like I want them to see dusk like turning a corner and running away in the opposite direction so that
Okay.
they'll follow him.
And you're going to use Phantasmal Force is the spell you're going to use? All right, I love it. Yeah,
Brilliant.
very brilliant. I'm going to give you an inspiration die. So you get a free d20 at any point during this adventure tonight. You can, if you don't like a d20 roll, you can roll the second d20 and take the highest of the two. All right, so these void heads, they have to make a saving throw.
Okay.
Do you happen to know your spell save DC? I feel like we wrote it on your character sheet. It's usually 8 plus your skill modifier. Do you use intelligence or wisdom to cast your spells?
Sorry, you were breaking up on me. Can you say that one more time?
Do you use intelligence to cast your spells?
Yes.
All right. What is your intelligence modifier?
+3.
Okay, so 8 plus 6. So 14. These have to be to 14 or else they are fooled. Fail, fail, fail. Critical success. So the astral projection of your book sort of shoots out and passes through the wall, like phases through the window, and floats down just above these fans of voids. And then you see a little spell emanate from it, and 3 of them go, oh my god, there he is, void, 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 oh my god, oh my god. And they start to take off as if chasing somebody who's not there. And then the 4th person, like what the hell was that? And seems kind of lost and starts to follow the other 3. Like, do you saw Void? I didn't see Void. Where's Void? And so they like start to duck around the corner and are no longer there.
Hooray!
Very good job. Gus, you saw the same thing, but from the ground level. You have no idea what the hell happened. But you did see them leave.
Yeah, I immediately kind of calm down and I'm like, and like before I can really process it though, I catch a scent of the pantry. Isn't there like a pantry behind the
There is a pantry. That is correct.
Yeah. So like I'm immediately distracted after they leave with the smell of food, and I haven't eaten in like a day. So
All right. So you cartoon
open the bar,
follow your nose to the pantry and open it up. ID Tenty, was there stuff you were keeping in the pantry? Yeah. What's in the pantry?
There might be dead things. I don't know. I can't remember. I do remember that I was doing a lot of experimenting and saving of specimens.
There was a creature specifically you asked if we still had. So Zazu is the amalgamation of the cranium rat and the pterodactyl, making our pterodactyl. Zazu! But there was another creature you asked me where it went. Oh, it was the Vargul. It was the head.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
So, Gus, you like cartoon follow your nose to this door and open it up. And it's a storage room. There's like dried fruits and pickles, pickled eggs, pickled pig's feet, pickled rat's feet, a head in a jar with bat wings on the side of it, you know, some crisps, some extra ale, a couple jars of like odd looking things. It almost looks like there's like a pickling station and then like a little experimentation station in here. Go nuts. What would Gus eat?
Pickled head.
I feel like I'd start with something that looked familiar, like some dried fruit, and just start like shoving some in my mouth. but yes, I think the head in the jaw would kind of catch my eye and kind of glare at it.
Yeah, you. It's
Not-
one of those things where you're almost like, are the eyes following you as you're like eating crisps?
Yeah. I kind of move my head a little to see if it's looking, and in my brain I'm thinking like, is this what these people eat? I don't know.
There's something about it that gives you bad vibes. Relating to. Oh, let me put the music back. Something about it's giving you vibes that you're uncomfortable with. If you get my drift.
That what? Sorry, you cut out that one word.
There's some vibes that are making you uncomfortable.
Okay.
In a way that you and I discussed.
Okay.
You remember? Like it's giving you flashbacks of Oakheart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you start
Okay.
the crisps are real good, so you kind of like, oh, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of eating the crisp, and I'm like approaching it warily, like the jaw. Is it like high up on the shelf? Or
It's like the third
do I have
shelf
to
up from the
climb?
bottom.
Okay.
You could stand on a little something and reach it with your little bitty goblin fingies.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for a stool to get up to it.
All right. So you head into the bar and grab the stool. Camera zooms back upstairs. Bado.
I have removed the blanket from the scrying sphere.
All right. So you pull the blanket back, and you see like a mixture of smoke and looks like ink and stuff, just sort of swirling around inside this magic crystal orb thing. Ooh.
Do I know anything about how these things work?
Do you have knowledge arcana?
I do not.
Because you're divination, right? You're cleric.
Yup.
I
Don't need to study for my magic.
Is divination a cleric spell? Is there? I'm trying. There's
like
like
a domain?
locate person. I'm trying to see if the spells are available to you. Let's see. Let's look at the book. So there's a divination ritual. Do you have like a knowledge cleric? Knowledge your religion?
No.
No. Do you have access? Do you know the spell divination by chance?
I don't know it, and I don't even know if I
The
can know it.
components say sacrificial offering appropriate to your religion, so I was kind of assuming. Yeah.
Does
so it's one of
seem
it's
relevant,
like,
yes.
I
There's
feel like
augury. That's
Arcana and like clerical magic is like max and PCs, right? You're like, I could probably figure this out if I really like sat with it. Let me see. I'm looking at cleric spell. Cleric spell, 4th level. Cleric spell divination.
it's too high.
You
Beyond my
could
ken.
try some stuff with it though.
Wing it. But I'll also try just whispering, Paris. Paris, are you there?
Okay, you whisper Barris, and the swirls start to like darken, and then they like blink as if you're seeing through some eyes. And the eyes kind of look around, and you see hands chained up to a wall. And it kind of like flashes in and out. You see like black, smooth obsidian stone with like these hot pink lights sort of seeping through the cracks. It's like dripping and cold. It flashes away. It flashes back. And you feel like you see the cosmos or like the astral sea, sort of like you saw before. And then there's like a creeping mass of tentacles. And then it flushes out and the clouds go back to normal.
Everything you just described sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't my scene, but...
And then anybody else who was up there, ID10T and Velvet, you would have seen that as well. And Waddle now.
Oh.
would have seen that.
Hmm.
You guys are all in Barris's quarters now, by the way.
Neat.
ID 10T, what would you do?
Well, I don't think I can do anything with. I mean, can I do something with that sphere? I was going to do something else, but
Throw it inside.
Can I do a knowledge arcana check on it?
Absolutely.
I'm going to roll that then. But I'd like to do something
Studied.
after we get this fear business out of the way.
Fear business.
Oh boy, I rolled a 1. +5, but it's a 1.
It's a big, pretty crystal, boss.
I like go ooh, and I touch it, it rolls off and just shatters on the ground. Well,
a little holographic Barris pops up and goes, you didn't say the magic word.
all right. But if I can't make any sense of the sphere, I am in desperate need of a replacement for my horrible fire potion that I stole from that dungeon. So I'm going to look for something to fill that gap in my heart in Barris's quarters. Some kind of trinket of some kind. Something that looks volatile and like I wouldn't know how to use it.
Specifically.
Yep.
Most dangerous thing I don't know what is.
Give me a minute on that as you kind of like scour over the room.
All right.
Velvet. What do you?
Yes.
You saw the vision on the stone. You saw ID 10T try to make sense of it, and he couldn't. He immediately loses interest and starts scouring the room for something else. Your spell book, the spirit sort of like returns to you, phases back up through the glass, and goes, "Will there be anything else, Velvet?"
Deborah Ray, can you make out what that just was? Did you see that? Did you witness that as well?
I was casting that illusion, Master Velvet. I didn't see what you're talking about.
Oh, well then.
I'm trying to do like the singing sword from Roger Rabbit. That's like a Sinatra. Well, what are you talking about?
I'm not sure what I'm talking about.
Been there.
I'm not sure what.
Do you have knowledge arcana?
Do I have? Yes.
You could roll that for me. Roll a d20.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 16.
There you go.
Plus 6.
Yeah, so this is like some sort of seeing stone, and it seems to be tied to Barris's point of view. It's sort of like tweets to himself. It's like backing up data from his vision. So this thing is tied to Barris's mind.
Cool beans.
I don't know the specific spell we would call for it, but we'll say it's like a seeing stone.
Okay, it's a crystal, like it's a stone.
Yeah, it's like a big sphere, like traditional like wizard orb.
Okay.
You know, and it's sitting in a nice like, it's got a nice base, very ornate legs on it, and then there was an arcane sort of blanket over it to sort of stop. You know.
The magic from getting out.
Yeah.
You said it was like kind of a backup.
Yeah, sort of.
So is it not like real time? Is it like you
There's
have to back it up every now and then?
With many things, it's possible there's a delay to it. And as you kind of look back at it, you see the face of Host Frang. In the D&D game, they're illithids, mind flayers. In my game, it's a nautilus creature. Actually, I can open up the look for it. But you look, and this thing is looking back at you.
Ooh.
And it's got, so it's It's
Oh, wow.
it's got a helmet that's made of like a spiral nautiloid shell, and it has like these 4 massive tentacles dripping where its mouth should be, and they're sort of like writhing and tentacling, and it's looking back at you.
Oh, so it's a great.
It's a particular type of tentacle
particular-
monster. Please, it's a rich cultural.
It is. It is a not trademarked by Wizards of the Coast monster, is what it is.
So it can see us.
It looks like it's looking back. Yeah,
It looks like it's
like it's looking
back.
at you.
See this?
Yeah, Bado, you see it.
I put the thing back on over it, like the
arcane.
the arcane sheet, which I hope has stars and little moons on it.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my
Crescent,
god.
crescent.
I'm
So many
literally-
damn stars and moons.
I literally have my blanket right now, and it's a dark blue blanket with like little silver stars and moons on it. It's my magic blanket. I love it.
All right, I wanted to pull a blast from the past. In season 1, when we were traveling on the Astral Sea, I actually got a level in Startographer, and I want to know whether I recognized anything from the Astral Sea I saw in the visions.
You see the equivalent. So our Astral Sea is called the Spime, right? It's this great connecting tissue of ever was and ever will be. It's possibility manifest before stuff appears on the physical planes of the realms around. And so, yeah, you're able to make out the equivalent of a constellation and like jot it down real quick that act as like a coordinates that with some time you feel like you could find what that was looking at.
Dope.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I'm trying to find my host Frang art. But yes. Good call on that. Waddle, while this is all going down and you're upstairs, what would you be doing?
I have no idea. Super lost. What's happening?
So there was a crystal ball in Barris's room that sort of acted as like a receiver to what Barris was seeing. Barris the wizard, the guy who started this whole adventure with you guys and invited you to this tower, was kidnapped by host Frang, right? This starfaring villain, tentacle-faced creature who came and kidnapped Barris.
Legally distinct.
Half of our party chased after them in an airship. It was at that time when your party was sapped back in time to Krotara. So you guys are making out the face of the person and ostensibly the location that Barris the Wizard is at. Barris being gone is how William Wisp was able to get back and why the world is in the state of it is. So the two wizards looking at it were like trying to make sense of it. And you were kind of privy to all that stuff. But you not being magically inclined, you're a monk and you're a rogue, like, you've no idea what's up.
Yep.
So would you have just like wandered off? Would you be digging through Barris' stuff, back to the library, back downstairs to Gus?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about using the restroom again.
As you guys turn around and he's already out the door. He's using Barris' personal bathroom upstairs.
Oh no,
Man,
no.
You gotta see a doctor, dude.
There's like a magenta, pink, and black spotted seat warmer on this one. It's like fuzzy.
Oh.
It's made out of some sort of like some sort of dire beast that Barris felled and made a warm toilet seat cover out of.
Plush. Very plush.
It's very plush. It's warm to the touch. And there's a little arcane bidet in there that like cleans for you.
Has he got one of those built-in TV features?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you go in and the news cycle
Excellent.
starts playing again.
Skip ad.
Skip it.
There's discussion about oh shit, where's my
Oh, poop.
hold on 1 second here. Too many notes. Madame Korvax, the sort of the master of coin in the town, seems to be raising rates on the banking system, and as such, there's like a tighter squeeze on the citizens of Ambrosia.
Typical.
News cycle's over. There's like the 2-minute praise of William Wisp that everybody has to take forth in and say how great and wonderful the new leader of the land is, and how busy William Wisp is, like really just taking care of the people. And that's why you don't ever see William Wisp. Always in Darling Castle, working for the people. And we all deserve, he deserves our respect and our praise. And it's the time of the news cycle for the 2-minute praise of William Wisp. Gus.
Yes.
You polish off your bag of chips. You're like pretty sure that head in the jar blinked at you.
Yeah. So I imagine I still have some chips like in my mouth, going, as I kind of like, it's kind of sloshing around, kind of shaking it.
Yeah.
A little bit. I on it and just plop it onto the floor.
You dump the head out.
Yeah.
All right. So the head of the, I forgot what their creatures are called. Gargoyle? Vargoyle.
Gargoyle.
Oh.
It was a gargoyle?
It's Vargoyle.
Vargoyle.
It's like a
Gargoyle.
Frankenstein.
It's like a zombie head with bat wings. And so you dump out this head that's been in this mixture of like preservatives. Is there cinnamon spice in there, you feel like, maybe? And it dumps out on the ground, and it's not moving a whole lot, but you hear the wet blinks as it like sort of like comes to a balance in the flat part of the floor. You're very uncomfortable with it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of keep my distance a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of crouch down like on all fours. To get can I do some kind of check to see to check it for funguses?
Lick it.
Yeah, sure.
Like a nature or something? I don't know,
Nature or investigation.
Lick it.
No, not gonna lick it. I rolled a 7 plus 3, so 10.
10. You give it a good look over, and it does not look like there's fungus. It feels like this liquid it was in was sort of inhibiting growth of molds and stuff. And there's some sort of arcane reason why this thing's moving around.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of feel a little at ease, actually, that I didn't detect anything.
Yeah.
Or could tell anything.
Yes.
I'm just gonna kind of stand up and kind of keep eating some of these chips and be like, and just kind of put the jar back on top of me. Like the empty jar
upside down.
upside down, just slide it down onto.
Yeah, all right. So you feel like nobody's gonna know you pulled the head out of the jar. No way. As you start eating the next bag, they're like salted. They're like salted banana chips, but they're the color of like blueberries. And you're really into these little things. And as you start crunching into them, you hear more conversation outside. Again, like you heard earlier.
Okay. So I'm gonna perk up at that. My little goblin ears and my little mushroom on my head all kind of stand up, and scuttle, I guess would be the best description. Like scurry back into the. I guess I'm kind of behind the bar, so I kind of peek up over the bar and I can see from there.
All right, so you peek up as you hear these voices outside. Everybody upstairs, you guys hear voices outside again, but this time a little louder, a little gruffer. Down on the ground, floor area outside.
Jeez, does everybody know we're here now? I angrily stomp downstairs and huff and puff with my new book friend floating behind me.
So you got it like across your chest, like a
Yeah.
slam book.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly
So
that.
you're gonna march yourself downstairs. What are you doing when you get downstairs?
I wanna peek through the window and see what's going on.
All right. So Velvet marches downstairs and peeks down out the window. Waddle's still in the bathroom, making real good time and no rush. Bado and ID10T. ID10T, you find a key, and the key says basement on it.
Oh.
Bado, you hear this commotion outside. Also.
Before scooping up the orb and its blankie.
You're going to take
into
the
my
orb with
inventory.
you.
Yup.
Okay. All right, write that on your character sheet possessions.
He wants that blanket mostly.
So
Shut up.
you wrap it up, and you go to the window, and sort of like, this is the part of the movie where everybody looks out the window at the same time. You see the Void heads, the fans of Void, and they're talking to two goblins. You kind of look, and the goblins look very familiar. They're on my screen now. They're the goblins that were arrested last night at the bar.
Oh my god.
And you see them talking. You guys downstairs, you hear them say, "You sure he's in there? You said he's in there, huh?" And so you see these two goblins start like looking around. And these guys don't look like fans of Voids as much as they're agitated. They got sent to jail.
Hey, Brian, real quick on the stream, it looks like the picture of the dragon cop is kind of blocking.
Oh, you're right. Excuse me, Drake Dragonstorm. Has that been there the whole time? Oh, no.
What's happening?
I think so.
Oh, no. I'm real tired of Streamlabs. I'm so... It's so much harder than I feel like it should be at this point. We got filters. I can look like I've got lip filler and I'm bald, but, like... this shit takes forever.
Let's do that.
Yeah, so you see these two goblins. One's got like a really nice hand crossbow, and the other one's got a stick with spiked chains on the end of it.
And he's married, apparently.
They what?
And he's married, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Won't stop from murdering them.
So this is what your party sees. It was Bado and ID10T's turn. So Bado, you see that. You scooped up the crystal.
I don't know those people, but it looks like bad news.
That's correct. You don't know them.
Wait, we see them from where we are in the quarters?
Yeah, you're looking out on the window. They're talking to the people. Like those groupies sort of led them, like pointing here.
I'll clearly state, hey, I know those people.
Double doo-doo, it's those guys again.
Am I seeing this like breaking news? Like it's on the toilet monitor?
Oh no!
I say to Velvet, oh, it's them. They must be after your boot.
No, not my special shoe.
No, Waddle. This isn't. These guys don't look like city guard. So there's no breaking news about this.
So I just finish up my business and I exit the bathroom.
All right. So you step out as you see Bado's got the crystal ball wrapped up in the blanket, and he's kind of peering out the window, and ID10T's pulled a key off of the wall and is kind of observing it, making comments. Excuse me. And as you kind of peer out, you see the goblins downstairs, 6 or 7 stories down, talking to the void heads and making a stink about this place. What would you do?
Think I want a bag of those chips.
Do you want to head downstairs?
I do want to head downstairs.
ID 10 team Bado.
And jump here, but basically,
Do you guys want to head downstairs too, Bado and ID 10 T, or are you going to stay up here?
I seem to have gotten what I came for, kind of, not really, but I got
I'll
something.
go downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head downstairs. As you kind of make your way downstairs, Gus and Velvet, you saw just like the tops of these short goblin heads above the frame of the window sort of like walk around, and you hear a knock on the door.
Oh God.
Oh!
Lights.
No one say anything. Just act like we're not here. No
Do we
one
have our
just
disguises on, by the way?
Yeah, you had
Right now?
disguises on, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Why?
No, I was just curious, because if I opened the door and I didn't have my disguise on, it'd be real bad.
Yeah, you guys didn't change your disguises, I don't think.
what should we do about this? What should we do about these guys?
Pretend
I
we're here.
already cast my last spell, to lure those groupies away. I can't cast it again.
you guys don't have fireballs?
Well, I was thinking of opening the door and just throwing acid in their face, but is that too much?
Well, in that way.
Is that too much? Because I'll do it. I'm ready right now.
Oh!
They're at the door. You know what? I walked over the door and I open it and I scream "Hot Sand Attack," but it's actually acid splash.
Say that one
And
more
I
time.
throw it in their faces.
Say that nice and slow for me. You go to the door. You
I
open
go
the door.
I open the door. I scream "Pocket Sand Attack," but I'm really casting acid splash in their faces.
You're gonna cast acid
But I-
splash. All right.
But I scream "Pocket Sand Attack."
Oh, of course. I am.
And I'm staring at that and saying, "You're making me proud."
Acid splash. You hurl a bubble of acid. Choose one creature. He must make a dexterity saving throw. All right, here we go. Or take 1d6 damage. That is a failed save. So roll me 1d6, please.
Okay. I rolled an 8, but I want to use my inspiration die
No, this
for
is
another
D6.
roll.
This is going to hit no matter what.
Okay.
Be able to go home to his wife.
So I rolled a
Just a
D20,
D6.
right?
Well,
No,
six
you
a traditional
D6.
die. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I rolled a 6.
Nice, maximum damage. All right. This is going to be Rolo. 6 damage.
If only I had lightning bolt, I could have shot it out the door.
So you throw the door open, you yell "Pocket Sand," and you acid splash this goblin holding a stick with spiked chains on the end of it, and you splash him for 6 damage, and he kind of stumbles back and says, "What the fuck?" Golly, I feel like at that point we would probably. I feel like he would roll for an.
No one wants to come up with a bat behind me or in the face or anything, or should we make a run for it? Episode, or do we just start with the next one?
Hold on, let me see.
I definitely don't think we should abandon the AXE+ARCANA.
But now they know it's a hot spot.
Not if they disappear.
Exactly. I just threw acid in their face, so that's my contribution.
I feel like that goes from being the bad boy to being straight up.
Hashtag splashed.
Splashing. Yeah, so you throw the acid at him, and he looks like furious. He's like, "Bolt, get him!" You see the other goblin pick up his crossbow bolt. Make me a reflex saving throw, Velvet.
Which one do I roll?
D20.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I rolled a 9. Can I roll the other one now? Or is that not how that works? No, that's not how that works. So I rolled a 9.
So you're going to add your... Do you have reflex as a skill? Or, what's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 13.
Is what?
It's 13.
So +1.
Yeah.
So if you're unhappy with that, you can re-roll it, or you can just let it play and see what happens.
And he's got an inspiration dice.
Yeah. Do you want to roll the inspiration die and take the higher of the two, or do you want to just stay with that?
Yeah, I want to roll the inspiration dice.
All right, roll it. Take the higher.
Roll. Oh my god, I rolled the same number.
All right. There's your inspiration die. So it was what? It was a 9?
Yes.
+1 is a 10.
Yes. Ridiculous.
So he draws the bolt up and fires at it, and you're able to like close the door fast enough when you saw him draw it. And so you hear the fing as the bolt hits the door. And we're gonna roll for combat initiative, gang. As these guys like, you hear them like, oh, what the hell? Oh!
It just threw acid in my face. I rolled a 15.
Wait, what?
What didn't you say?
Yeah, we're on combat. You hear a ruckus downstairs. Velvet opened the door, yelled pocket sand, splashed acid in a guy's face. His goblin friend pulled up a crossbow and fired at it, and Velvet slammed the door shut as the bolt hit. And these guys seem pissed, so it seems
Did they see me?
They did not see you.
Okay.
But we're going to do this just to keep turns rolling. So Velvet rolled a 15 initiative.
Vado rolled 14 initiative.
Gus rolled a 12.
ID 10T.
I rolled 14 plus, and it says plus initiative +3.
17.
So I assume that's 17, yeah.
And then Waddle.
It's very high.
19.
Nice. So, all right. Door shuts. All right, so we're going to go top of the order is the guy with the crossbow. He's going to walk up, and the door flies open in front of your face, Velvet. And this goblin, like, kicked the door open, pulls his crossbow up, and he said, "Just give us dusk and nobody gets hurt." And then he's going to fire at your leg.
Oh, wow.
Wait, dusk?
Yeah, they said, "We're here for dusk."
Oh.
Who's passed out unconscious.
And then he tried to staple you to the floor.
You see the groupies with the Dusk's face labeled as Void on them. When they see this, like they like scatter, like, "Oh my god!"
They're still around.
They were. So you saw the goblins talking to them. You're starting to piece together. They saw Dusk's face on a T-shirt.
Oh no! Okay.
And so, what is your defense, Velvet?
Oh dang it! I think I made them mad.
You think?
I'm gonna pull out from my cantrip. Is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to do? What do I want to do?
You can also.
I'm gonna pull out my green flame blade.
It's not your turn. I need to know your defense because he fired a crossbow bolt at your leg.
Oh, and I'm supposed to do a defense to that?
What is your armor class? It's gonna be like a 13 or 14, I think.
Where do I look at that?
Uh,
Armor class? Wait. Right?
So your armor class is traditionally it's like 10 plus your dexterity bonus plus any armor you're wearing. And as a wizard, you have something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see it. It's armor class 11.
11. Okay.
Yes.
So he's gonna hit. So he fires a bolt into your right thigh for 5 points of damage. He goes, "Just give us dusk, and we'll leave you alone." Making it
I don't know you. That's my purse.
Waddle, it is your turn. The door kicked in. This goblin shot Velvet in the thigh with a crossbow bolt. It is your turn, Waddle.
Holy shit! All right. Wow. I think I kind of need to dash into action and flay one of these guys.
All right, so you get your bonus action, which is dash, which means you can move 30 feet. So you like run on up, and now you have your full action, your attack, your move.
Cool. I want to use my quarterstaff. Can I do that?
Absolutely, bud.
All right. So I'm thinking, let's see here. Roll d20. No, I roll beep, 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 right?
No, you roll a d20.
Oh,
How many
roll
attacks do you get? You should get 2 or 3 attacks at this point, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I get a whole melee. I get to attack, and then I get. If I'm attacking I get a quarterstaff attack, and then I get a bonus action.
Your offhand.
Unarmed strike.
Yeah.
So
roll your quarterstaff and then roll your punch.
Quarterstaff is 1d6 plus 4.
You gotta roll your d20s first to see if your attacks connect, and then if they connect, then you roll the damage.
15 and a 10.
The 10 was your second attack.
Yep.
Do you get to add anything to that 10?
Do I get to?
You should get to add your... Normally it would be strength, but because you're a monk rogue, I think you get to add your dexterity bonus instead.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so I guess in that instance, one would be 19 and one would be 14.
All right, so both hit. So you're able to pop the guy with your staff and then catch him with an unarmed strike. So now you get to roll me those damages.
All right, damage. Plus 7, 1d6 plus 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7. And then plus 7, 1d4. 1d4. It is a 4 plus 4 is 8. So do I add the 7 for the hit dice? Hit DC?
To hit, there's to hit and then there's damage dice. So I think the plus 5 is what you should have added first, which you already did. So your damage will say, I think you did 7 and 8, right?
Something like that. Yep.
All right, so 15. All right. So you kind of like bolt out of nowhere, tap the guy with your staff, and catch him off guard with another fist. ID 10T, you see the goblins that you got framed for magic in the bar have trapped.
I got framed?
You framed them. These are the guys you gave the magic potion
Oh, yeah,
to.
okay. Because, yeah, I definitely was guilty there. I was the one who framed them.
They challenged, there was a drinking contest, and ID 10T had a flask in his chest. You guys went to a dragon cleric's temple in like your second adventure. And ID 10T had found a potion, but he didn't know what it was. And it turned out it was a potion of fire breathing. These guys drank it thinking it was a drinking contest. They burped fire and got arrested for casting magic.
Yep.
Yeah.
But somehow they got out. Anyway, your turn. You see them and you most definitely recognize them and feel like they will probably recognize you because you're in the same outfit you were wearing.
Are they in the building or are they outside?
He's the guy with the crossbow is like on the door frame. Like
okay, so they're right about to be inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the doorway.
I really don't want to kill them if I don't have to. Huh. I will hold my action until they actually come inside.
All right.
But if they hit another person, like if they miss, then it's fine. But if they hit another person, then I'll definitely take action.
Okay. Velvet, you are standing there with a crossbow bolt in your thigh. Your friend Waddle has run up beside you to hit this guy. What would you like to do?
You shot me in the flippin' leg, you jag! I want to do a perception check. I want to see if there's like a bottle of liquor near me that I can maybe grab or anything.
You go to make that perception check, and you notice there is a barrel dangling above the door on a chain that your old friend Torin had set up as a defensive mechanism for the bar.
Is Devereaux worried at all?
Devon?
Or Devon?
Deveray. The spirit of your spellbook is still technically floating around because you have not dismissed it and has not gone too far away. So it's still technically floating around as well.
Right.
But on your perception check, you saw that. Yeah.
I noticed that. I want to shoot the rope down on top of them. Can I shoot a firebolt? Would a firebolt hit that?
You don't need to waste such a high-level spell. I think one of your...
It's a cantrip.
He's talking
yes,
the lowest one.
yeah, cantrip, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Make roll a...
He used a fireball to cut down the rope. Oh,
yeah,
man.
actually, yeah, you do that. You point up at the rope. Your flame burns through this defense mechanism that Torin the dwarf set up last season. And the barrel drops. The goblin's going to get a reflex save to try to miss it. He fails his reflex save, so he's going to take damage. It falls on him for 8 points of damage.
Hot dog.
Sort of like splinters. What did Torin put in that barrel? I don't remember.
How many
Like
did I-
poop water.
Poop water.
Yeah, let's go with that.
The poop water that's been sitting up there for 9 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now he's got pink eye.
He has to get infection in his eye.
So barrel
He's gonna get
drops
hepatitis.
and hits him. He looks a little stunned by it. Would you like to move? You're kind of standing in the direct line of sight of these guys.
I'm gonna go shuffle over like behind the bar.
Velvet cuts that rope with a firebolt and then shuffles behind the bar, making it Bado's turn.
All right, they're both still standing,
The
right?
goblin in the doorway just had a barrel dropped on his head. He shot Velvet in the thigh. Waddle hit him a couple times. The guy with the chains is still outside of the doorway, not inside yet.
I can tell that my friends know this pair and are not particularly enthused, and he just shot one of my friends in the leg. They have not suffered enough. I call upon my god to blind them.
What do I have to make some sort of save?
It is a Constitution save against DC 15.
That is a 1 and that is a 8. They both fail. How long are they blinded for?
A minute.
All right.
A lifetime. Their whole
The
lives.
rest of their lives.
Not anymore. Not in this edition.
It used to be pretty. Yeah, it used to be pretty.
It used to be pretty bad. It used to be just screw you forever.
All right, blinded. What is that? They can move, but they take disadvantage, I believe, on attacks against you, and I believe attacks on them have advantage. I believe.
I can look that up if you are.
So yeah, you call
Sure.
upon your god, and this bright flash of light erupts outside. It's almost like a streak of lightning. What color is your god's color?
Yeah,
Just
just
regular
regular wrist light,
Oh God, colored.
yellowy white. Sure.
So this flash of light hit, and they're like, "Oh, what the hell? Oh, God!"
Is it amber? I feel like it should be amber.
Yeah, ambery.
Mauve.
Oh,
Amber.
So
amber color.
these guys are like, "Oh, what the? Hey, they got magic. They got some sort of magic here. Oh, oh." So attacks against them have advantage. You roll two
I wanna-
d20s, take the highest of the two. What's that, ID 10T?
I wanted to take my turn.
You can take your turn now.
I'm not sure what it'll do though. So
Or do you want to go? You want to let Gus go, and then you'll go.
yeah, I let Gus go, and then I'll do it.
All right, Gus.
Yep.
Okay. It's funny because I was about to cast blindness, deafness.
You can cast. Yeah.
It's just extra. No. So they're both outside now. How badly injured is that one that got punched a lot?
These guys look sort of meaty. Like
Okay.
you feel like lower level guys would be bleeding a lot more, but they're tough fellas.
Okay.
They're gob fellas.
All right.
Oh! Oh!
All right. Let's see. Since we've kind of already, shined literally a beacon of magic, I'm going to use my new 3rd level spell I just got. I see the one with the metal chain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Call Lightning from where I am.
Call lightning. I love it. Let's see.
It's the lightning that did the blinding, not me.
Yeah, I imagine they're both looking up, just like, "Whoa, what was that?" And can't really see.
Yeah.
And,
So this flashlight happens, and you call lightning. A storm cloud appears above them, so they look up and see this cloud starting to form.
Yeah.
Really feeling like I got shortchanged on level 6 spells. Attributes.
I imagine for the kind of spore magic, he doesn't notice, but the guy, even though he has a metal stick already in his hand, little metallic-looking tiny little mushrooms kind of go pop, 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 as sort of beacons for the lightning, and they kind of tingle a little, or they kind of spark a little bit before the lightning bolt comes down on it.
A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud, and each creature within 5 feet must make a dexterity saving throw. So these two blinded guys, you know what? They won't be able to see it because they're blinded, so I'm not going to give them. They're going to fail automatically. Roll me 3d10.
All right.
Oof.
This app, I've never used the more than one at a time
No
thing,
worries, buddy.
so I'm trying to. 3d10 got me 12 in total.
All right. At their hit points. Yeah, so they this. You see the little mushrooms start to spark, and you also see little arcs jumping between the chain links and that one guy's stuff. And this lightning comes down out of nowhere, so it's like a second bright flash outside. Oh! Oh! It does a lot of damage, and they're starting to freak out, and they're trying to feel around. They don't know what's going on. ID 10T.
I want to cast Minor Illusion,
All right.
and I want the Minor Illusion to be the voice of Drake
Okay.
coming up and going, "What? You two again? Oh, you're going to hang for it this time."
Okay.
So
Do I
give
make
them the impression that he's run up and caught them again.
Tell him, look at all this magic you're casting.
Yeah, so you cast it. Does everybody hears it, right?
Well,
Or is
it's
it only the targets.
if you create a sound, its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating of drums.
So it
That's
would be
all it
loud.
says.
I think it would be loud enough to give it the effect. Everybody would hear it.
Yeah, I want it to be like him coming up and saying, "Oh, it's you two again." Like he thinks they're the ones casting all this magic.
All right. So yeah, is it like a speaker box? How does ID10T?
See what you're going
It's
for.
just in an area 30 feet from me,
Okay.
so
So
right next to them.
you guys hear the voice of Drake Dragonstorm come out. You two again, and they like freak out. They're like, "Oh, boss is gonna be pissed. We're coming for you, Dusk. Your dad wants to see you, Dusk. We'll be back." And they sort of split. You'll never catch us, Dragonstorm. You'll never catch us.
Is one of them figured from the acid? Did you leave like little puddles of flesh behind? I don't understand. Like
The acid hit. Yeah, it does some like light marking and pocking on the goblin's face.
not like toothpaste style. It's just like oh hey, I can wipe that off.
Yeah, these guys kind of had like pretty rough faces as it was, so it like sort of added to the badassness.
Oh dang! Double doo doo.
You just buffed him.
He's like, you haven't heard the last of Bolt and Rolo, that's for sure. We're coming back for you, Dusk. And then they take off.
Which one's
Bolt
Bolt?
has the crossbow, and Rolo is a type of chain.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
Everything's got to have a meaning.
Oh.
Can one of them be like God? What's that
I
little
didn't
guy's
wanna call him
name?
Link. It was too obvious.
Joe Pesci.
You motherfucker! You dirty motherfucker!
Am I funny? Do I
Is this
amuse
something
you?
funny? I do my Pacino. Pretty good. You have successfully scared off the muscle that was here looking for Dusk while he's like napping upstairs the whole time.
Didn't hear any of that.
Drunk off his ass.
So you guys sort of shut the door, hit the bolts and the locks, and you kind of feel secure again. There's like a pile of gross stuff at the door from where this barrel dropped. I think technically there's still one more barrel. I think Torin had put up 2 barrels.
Yeah.
But you guys kind of exhale. A lot of magic was just cast. These 2 guys were looking for Dusk. Bado has this crystal ball. Yeah, so you guys kind of like let out a sigh of maybe now we can relax, you know.
There will be no long-term effects from the encounter we just
No.
concluded.
And I feel like everything is going to be smooth sailing from here on out, right, guys? As you hear a crackle come over the communicator, you hear Leon's voice. Hey man, are you guys going to be a long time? 'Cause we kind of have a situation here, man. There's like a whole lot of them, man. I don't think they're alive, man. And, we're just kind of trapped, man.
Is there still a gargoyle skull in the floor?
Yeah, you
That's in
kind
the
of
back.
you
Like,
look
that's in the
over.
pantry.
You see the pantry door open, and there's a Vargoyle head on the floor, and the embalming fluid is sort of spilled all over, but the jar's on top of it over. So it looks like it fell off the shelf perfectly.
I'm gonna kind of edge into front of the door and slowly close it with my foot.
Yeah, man,
What?
like, I'm not sure what's going on, man. It's like they're dead, but they're alive. You know what I mean, man? I'm not worried, man, but Bosch is freaking out, man. So you guys gonna come back, or?
I just sort of look around at everyone, and we all just sort of say in unison, "Here we go again."
Freeze frame.
And then
Wait, where's Zazu?
sleeping with Dusk.
Okay.
Oh, like at his feet, like a little cat.
He nests inside of Dusk's horns like a kitten. Yeah, and then the radio goes to static silence. And that is where we will end tonight's AXE and Arcana adventure.
Yay!
Yay. Yeah, good job, guys.
Good job. I feel like it was an okay job.
Well, we have coordinates. We have potential coordinates on Barris. You guys have the crystal ball.
And Trevor pooped a lot.
Trevor, Waddle made BM.
Yep.
Velvet's got a new book. We got 2 fireballs on deck now.
One thing that I will mention to everybody is that the reason why I put Drake Dragonstorm to go and say that, because I thought that they possibly might be working with him, but but listening to what they said, it sounds like they're not.
Yeah,
they got out. No, but
we learned that.
I thought that was very smart, though. I thought that was very clever.
Yeah. I didn't want to kill. I didn't want to like blatantly murder the 2 more people in the same spot that we yelled at, but people were blatantly murdered before.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah, there's 2 dents in the door. Like there's still some trauma every time they look at it. Those were the original guys that talk like this, boss. We're just trying to get in the door. And they destroyed their heads.
They didn't.
They died hard.
Yeah, there was no fight.
There was no fight.
We were just murdered, is what you're saying.
It involved a sleep spell, is all I'm saying, and 2 maces. So.
That's Jesus.
So that's where we'll leave tonight's AXE+ARCANA adventure off. Thanks everybody for watching and hanging out. We're here every other Wednesday at 7:30 Central. I try to play replays of the previous week on our off weeks, and you can catch us here Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central for the Volcano Gaming Club. We've been getting into some Overwatch, so if you want to see us win some games, do that. And then Friday nights, twitch.tv/JCVIM. It's the final season of the Mothership Sci-Fi horror RPG, and this week it got real horror. We saw somebody's head implode. It was terrifying.
That's awesome.
Check us out there at 9 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/JCVIM. And we'll see you next time.
I'm going to try and make someone's head explode.
It'll happen. You just got to manifest.
Gotta believe.
Yeah.
There are plenty of spells in here that you can do. Like create water. You create water in somebody's head.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll work up to that level of excitement. I got it.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for playing. Good game. And we will see everybody on next week's stream. Bye-bye.
Yay, bye.
Goodbye.
Good evening.
Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors.
Stop and think about the things you do, the things you say, 'cause we gon' bring it to you each and every day. Don't play around, clown, we'll put you down. The warriors are here, we came to chase the haters